Ask you one question. I think one
Perfect.
thing that you mentioned stuck out for me, which there's a lot of things that you said, but one thing that our community is struggling with is the network. You will find somebody who they get their master degree into something, and you find them driving truck, or you find them working in meat factory because they don't know how to network. And there's one thing that I have learned from you today, which I would definitely reach out, is like learning the language of your resume. And that is the thing that I never heard of. I actually just learned something new today. How can one, if they finish the school, which you give us, we can get the app. The question is abroad, but I'm trying to bring it in one piece. It's like we have the profession, like the professional in our community, but we are not utilized ourselves. We are not helping ourselves. We don't have any network where we can like be like, I finished my master degree on this. I want the job on this field. Who can I talk to? People seem to fight their battle alone. What advice would you give those people? Because this is like something that why so many of our people in healthcare, because when you get a degree in healthcare, the job is guaranteed whether your resume is looking good or not. They're needing
Yeah.
people like that. But if you get a degree in like IT or bank or whatever, some people they get a degree in criminal justice. They're not using their degree, they're driving truck. What advice would you give them?
Yeah. So like it's a broad of a question, and then I will answer them in like actually stages. Number one is the stage of confidence. Like, to be honest, we are lacking confidence in ourselves. We came from outside. Okay, like me, I came from outside. My degree is not from here. But I say I'm not lesser than people who are working from home and enjoying every evening with their friends who if they want to go out, drink their beer or whatever they want to do. I'm not lesser than them.
Mm.
Have that confidence. The moment is Steve Harvey in his book Think Like a Success, and I advise you guys to get it. Act Like a Success. He said, and I'm sorry to be harsh on the language. That's not me. It's Steve who wrote it. He said, the only bullshit that stop you from achieving your goal is the nonsense you keep convincing yourself why I could not achieve. We
Mm.
all intend to convince ourselves that, hey, I'm black. I am actually, my English is different. I speak different accent than some of you guys who are born here. Yeah, I always give a reason for myself why I should not do it. And that's why our people, when they come here, they get to flag themselves. Oh, I don't speak proper English. I belong to tracking. This is one. Two, when like our people come here, because we're coming from a place where we lack nothing, and even some people who are born here, like you guys, we get to see it from our parent, our community. Someone who's working in a nursing like CNA, and he get $30, $40 an hour. You have hit the jackpot. No, you have not hit the jackpot.
Mm.
Uh, like if you check salaries of people who are working for Airbnb, IT, they're making 700,000 a year. They're
Mm.
making like 800,000 a year. You have not hit a jackpot. And that comes to what I say, change your wardrobe, because your wardrobe of friendship change your thinking.
All right, everybody, welcome to Youth Mentor and Book Club. Today we are going through Proverbs 5th through 8. So today, before we start, you are going to unmute yourself. Um, say your name and what one thing you did today that push you toward your future goal. Just one thing. Whether you read a book or you listen to a podcast or you just talk with a friend or somebody give you advice, what is the one thing that you did today that will push you toward your future goals? So I'll start with me. I'm Lillian Okech. Today I listened to podcasts. I forgot the guy name, but I think he's new, and he was talking about how, like, he was talking about the mindset, how we can literally can train our mind to bring us anything that we want. And I truly believe into the life. The law of attraction, and I think that when we can get that power in us, that what will help us to focus. And if we can start seeing the result in our life, it will help us to continue to train our mind toward what we want. So for me, I listened to 2 podcasts actually this morning, and all of them was very valuable. It adds something in my life. One thing I have learned from the other one is that it's saying, like how in our community people, like they say, grow up, get married, no, grow up, go to school, get married, and have a family and have a life. And that lady was saying like sometimes the life of being married, having family, having kid is not for everybody. And when we say that in our communities, like, wait a minute, that is not what I've been taught. But it's like sometimes we have to think outside the box, like what exactly do we want, or what exactly do I want in my future? Because sometimes your job that you want, or the job that your heart is desire, it consider or maybe like involve a lot of traveling, or you want to travel the world, or you want to do something different that might keep you away from your family. Those are some of the things that you have to think deep before you start considering things like maybe I should find somebody to love, or maybe I should get married. So I learned something from there, and that might take away today. And I think some of those, while I'm working toward building my future, I'll make sure I do critical thinking before I make any decision moving forward. So that might take away today. The floor is open. What one thing you did today that pushed you toward your future goal?
I could go next.
Go ahead.
Okay. So my name is LaKay Kennedy, and the one thing that I did today to push me toward my future goal, I read a chapter of this book. I just started it. It's called Cashing Out, and it's by 2 authors, and they're very like distinguished individuals and stuff like that. The book is basically just about like Black excellence and like the motivation for like wealth building and just becoming a better person. And they also talk about prioritizing the right goals at like the stages of your life that you want to achieve what you want. So I just read the first chapter, so I'm not really like, I don't know a whole lot about the book yet, but it's really good so far, and I hope I learn a lot of stuff from it. And this is part of my New Year's resolution too. I'm trying to read 20 books. So this is my 4th book this year. So yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I don't know. Every time I think about what you do, it just brings joy in my heart. And I'm so proud of you. Like, I can't wait to see what the future is holding ahead of you. But I will be sharing, and my hope is just you will continue to share the knowledge that you have with some other youth, so they can see the excellent, like when we focus and do the right thing, we can actually like the future and the dream, anything that we want, we can do it. Like they said, our future is predictable. It starts from what you're doing today, and I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you. You got me over here cheesing.
Eunice?
Okay, my name is Eunice Oki, and what was the question?
What one thing you did today that pushed you toward your future goal?
Oh, I listened to my friend's video essay. She's a motivational speaker. Well, she's trying to be. She's in classes for it. And I wrote it down actually. Hold on. One of the phrases that she said that really stuck out to me was, be so rooted in yourself that nobody's absence or presence can disturb your inner peace. And because of that, I started researching more about inner acceptance and making the inner acceptance also an outer acceptance. So I've been trying to focus on trying to be healthier physically, like whether it's eating or working out or anything like that.
Okay. Well, I'm so proud that we are signed for that new gym membership. So let's see if that will help. I'm so proud of all of you. I know Sedina will not be here today and the other person will not be here today, but this is recorded and I'm just so proud of the progress that we are making, lifting up ourselves. They said be around only quality people that will push you toward your goals. So our special guest today, would you like to tell us one thing that you did today will push you toward your future goal?
Okay. First, thank you for actually inviting me for this setup. I'm so happy to get to meet some of you that I know, and I'm so happy to meet those in recording. Hi for those in recording. Anyway, so my name is Langa Oriho. So like I've been like reading and watching a podcast of actually a podcast that called Deconstruction and then Decolonization of Christianity, in which speaks about like the Christianity form that we got from Europe. It has been branded with a lot of European culture, things like Christmas tree, things like Easter bunny. It's not embedded in the Bible. It's just European culture. How can we deconstruct and how can we actually decolonize ourselves from like being a Eurocentric Christianity? Because it changes the faith. And even to go further, if you see like some churches and even Catholic Church mostly like having Jesus, that white boy with like blue eye, is that really Jesus? So I've been like studying and then even like doing a lot, and maybe like down the line I'll share with you if you guys interested. But yeah, it's just interesting. And also I read chapter 1 to 10 of Genesis, in which like I really have seen that the Bible is not proving the beginning of God. It's mostly proving the beginning of man. So the question still remains there, like before the beginning of God, who was there? So it's more theological. So some of you might think that it's a mad people question, but it's mostly theology. People who are like really in the space of theology will understand it much. But yeah, it's interesting for us to know that we should be away from Eurocentric Christianity. Thank you.
I don't think we think anything madness in this group. This is a very open-minded group that we are willing to listen and learn from anybody, because we can learn from anything, and that the question that you ask is a very broad question, and that the question that everybody's kind of like try to answer it. So yeah, I would love to learn more about that. Thank you so much. So today our special guest is Langer. Next month is David Tracy. We got Dr. Tracy in April, Yashika B in May, and we got a Chaos in June, and we got Tracer in July. So before we move forward to our special guest, here is our affirmation. So we know that you are new here. This is our affirmation that we go through. We read it out loud, saying it out to ourselves before we go deep into the program. So whether you want to open your mic or you want to just read it along with me, here we go with our affirmation of the day. Unmute your mic so we can all hear each other. All right, here we go. I am here by design.
I am here by design.
I now own my light.
I now own my light.
I own my brilliance.
I own my brilliance.
I woke up enough.
I woke up enough.
I am courageous.
I am courageous.
I
am perfect in my perfections.
I'm perfect in my
I am perfect in my perfections.
I am elevating every aspect of my life.
I'm elevating every aspect of my life.
2023 give me evidence of how strong I am.
2023 gave me evidence of how strong I am.
My 2024 is filled with more.
My 2024 is filled with more.
More self-love.
More self-love.
More celebration.
More celebration.
And more abundance.
And more abundance.
2024, get ready.
2024, get ready.
Because I am coming for my next best vision of myself.
Because I'm coming for the next best version of myself.
You better believe it. You believe it, it will come to life. So, today's special guest, I love this person. I feel like when we come in this country, sometimes the country will take us, or sometimes we can understand the country and try to get the best out of America. I believe America is a land of opportunity. If we can all just understand how the system works, we will use the system to benefit us. So this is like Langa is a brother and a teacher and a mentor, somebody that we can look up to in our community, how America should not ruin our life, but add into our life, and how we can use all that we have, the knowledge, for our own benefit. So, Mr. Langer, I am so honored and privileged for you for taking your time and being here today. And I would like to give you the floor for you to share your experience, how you I send you all the discussion. You can either go line by line, or you can just share from your heart about your experience and how you can help youth see the world of IT in a different point of view. The floor is yours.
Oh wow, I'm shy now. But yeah, so as you guys have seen, my name is Angalafa, but a lot of people call me Langa. I got that Langa form of name from Khartoum, from the Arabs. That's where I was born and grew up, and even went to all of my schools. So I never attended school in the US. So I went in my school. I studied actually computer science, degree in computer science from Komboni College, Khartoum, in Khartoum, in which from there I've started working in South Sudan, South Sudan and the region, for a bank there called KCB Bank. So it works in the region of East Africa. So I didn't work as an IT. It's the very interesting part of it. I work as a banker because I came as an IT, but by then the manager has an opening for a banker. I didn't drop the ball down and say, no, I'm an IT, I just want an IT stuff. I took it because that mindset that I took towards taking a job all the way leads to my goal. So I was attached to a banking operation. That's one of the most sensitive part of the banking, whereby you are the one handling remittances, people send money to overseas within. So I'm the one who gets to communicate if the money is stuck somewhere, because if you guys know that the banking system, when you're sending money from a country to a country, it goes through something called intermediate bank. Then there is something called SWIFT code. So every bank has a code. So that's a long story, but yeah. So it goes from your bank to another bank and all that. So I'm kind of attached to that team. So from there, I get to discover a lot towards my love for IT. Number one, I get to discover that the application is built by people who are IT, but it's financial. So I get to look at it into how can I get the loopholes of the system? Like what are the loopholes that I can get then can help me in my IT journey, though I'm not an IT guy by far when I was at the bank there. So one of the things that I really remember, and I get to tell everybody that wants or interested to hear my stories, is there was a time that there was a transfer of money from South Sudan to Uganda and Kenya. So I was in charge of handling that. Then the system had a loopholes whereby if you don't change the currency, like as we know that the currency of US is dollar, the currency of Sudan is pound, and Uganda is shilling. So if you don't get to change the position of the currency, the money get to be sent in a different form. So I found out the code for shilling of Uganda is UGX. So that fill of the code can be actually changed manually. And then I was feeling that if I change it, it will make a very big impact, and even it will risk me my job. But I had to say, no, I want to do it. And I spoke to my manager, say, hey, there's something I'm going to do. It might affect the banking operation, but I really want you to do it because I want to prove something. So my manager say, he knows me, I'm very talkative and stubborn at the bank. Say, Langa, I hope this is not one of your stubborn stuff. I say, it's stubborn, but not to that extent. So I did it. I changed the UGX to dollar USD. So instead of the money going to shilling, which is 10 million shilling, it went money as $10 million. It gives a lot to the bank, even to the general manager of the bank. Hey, we are running negative. What's going on? Then my manager had to remember that I told him something about the same. He had to call me, Langa, what's going on? So I had to explain the loopholes. From there, I think I found my deep love towards IT that I was studying at college, because I was just looking for a job of IT, but I couldn't get a job of IT in Sudan. As we all know, Sudan is less privileged. There's no infrastructure like the US here. So I had to explain to them, I said that there's a loophole. If you guys speak to the vendors, the company that provide for you guys the software, the application, it might help you guys. So I got to speak from there, and then they get to block it. And then from there, the managing director had to call me among the rest and had to thank me for that. Say, hey, Langa, you have really opened our eyes in one of the stuff that really we couldn't see it as expert in banking, and you're not a banker too. So from there, I took that route deep. I say, Langa, you have analytics skills, and you can really even help in further. I didn't stop there. So by then, I believe there was a fight of South Sudan fight, which is a rebel government and all that. I end up in United Arab Emirates, because it was hard for me to stay in South Sudan because a lot of war and all that. So in United Arab Emirates, that is the country, and Dubai is the city. So Dubai is not a country, by the way. So the city Dubai, that's where I was based. So in Dubai, I was based there. I went there because of my friends who invited me. Then from there, I started looking for new challenge of life. Guess someone who is Black, Christian. And then, yes, I know Arabic, but still there is that friction of race and where you come from and all that. So in United Arab Emirates, I went, number one job that I worked, I remember that I worked as a cook. Something not related to IT at all. I need to survive. I worked as a cook. So from there, I was not even working as someone who's cooking. In fact, someone who is washing dishes. Yeah, so I was washing the dishes and all that. From there, actually, the main cook liked me, and he said that, why don't you learn what I'm doing? So I started learning what I'm doing. I spent 1 year away from IT, but also the same thing. One of the client, we had a discussion, IT related, and he really see a sense of me knowing stuff of IT. From there, we had lunch 2, 3. From there, I got a job with one of the biggest institution in Dubai called Road and Transport Authority. That's owned by Dubai municipality, just like county here. So so the Road and Transport Authority, they're the one responsible of literally everything. They are responsible of the metro system, how you guys see Dubai very clean, these skyscrapers. They are the one who set up everything, license and blah. And I was really attached to a department of real-time operation, which is a department of metro. Like you have to make sure that the train comes exactly at 1 minute and exactly departs. And exactly when there is voltage, like you need to be alert. So I remember one of the funniest time I used to work with like 10 screen, and I need to manage those 10 screen, like a screen for alerting, a screen for all of those. So yeah, so I've seen myself like growing in my career because of like I'm having a tolerance and I'm having a focus, a goal that I really need to reach to that point. But at the same time, obstacle might come, like the obstacle, for example, me working as a cook, me working in a banking, that's way far from my goal. And also at the same time, going to a new country, adjusting to the culture. Like I got the most racist, like the most racial word in the world. Like one of the time I remember I went to an interview in Dubai. So I am well qualified. I know the job is really like below my experience. I went there, the interviewer asked me, it's not like here, they beat around the bush. There they say directly, you're black, you are Christian. How do you think you are going to get this job? I was stunned, but at the same time, I didn't show that expression of like, I'm stunned by what he said. I just like had to say, wow, I'm in a big problem because things are not going to work like that. If I'm like, I'm not going to like survive. Literally, I'm Christian, I'm black. And I know Arabic, but my Arabic couldn't help me. I had to look for different skills. I had to even learn Persian because I really want to get into like corporate job. Like I want to leave this job of like hard labor job. I want to do corporate because I feel since I was young, this is where I belong. Yeah, so I learned those skills. From there, like, yes, I worked with the like RTA, but also I started to get offers. I get an offer from like this American company here called Johnson & Johnson, like the one for babies. Yeah, so yes, so like I got an offer to work as actually the regional manager in my young age, to work as a regional manager of MEAL, which is a Middle East and North Africa. And by then my journey to the US started coming. So I was like in between a limbo. Should I leave my coming to the US, or should I like take the Johnson & Johnson? But at the same time, I wait. I say, hey, you're black, and then the chances of you surviving there is very low. So I chose my battle. I had to drop that card. I came to the US. Coming to the US, and I'm not unique than anyone who has come to the US. We all have same like stories, but it could be different in the way people tell. But at the same time, we come freshly with like energy. This is what I always tell like people who are like, who came from outside and who are even born here, like some of you guys. We have the energy, but the thing here is, how do we get to utilize the energy? I remember in 2017 or 18, my first year here in the US, I work as a car detailer. And in my interaction with my colleagues, I get to ask them, guys, for how long have you been here? And I remember my pay was $15 an hour. Yes, yeah. Someone with a degree and $15 an hour and all that. So I asked, how long have you been here? One of my colleagues said that I've been here for 30 years and my pay is $21. He's so happy, jubilating. He said, Langa, if you really work hard, you can reach to $21. I start asking myself a question. I say, is that my American dream? Is that what I want to settle? I'm not a child of a lesser God. I came here not to settle for less. If like some people are driving the best car out there, I need to be with them. So with respect, I told him, thank you so much. But at the same time, it blocked my mind. And I got to understand, all America, number one, if you settle for less, you will die poor. You will die poor, not because you are poor, just because you are not opening your mind. You need to open your mind, open your flow. Number two, what I did, I changed my wardrobe of friends. But before changing the wardrobe of friends, I changed my wardrobe of dressing. Like I used to dress, of course, I'm still young, like that, young and with hoodie and all that. I said, no, that's not gonna make me be in corporate, because America's environment of judging people by look. Here they judge you pretty much by look. They don't care what is in your mind. The look is your gate to many things. I changed my wardrobe. This like dreadlock, I cut them off and all that. Then I said, what's my next step? After changing my wardrobe of dressings, secondly, changing my wardrobe of friends. To be honest, if in a group of your friends, if you're the smartest person in that group, you better get out of there. Get out of there right now. That's not where you belong. Because if you are the smartest person in the group, you're not gaining nothing. Yeah, and you're not adding nothing. I changed the wardrobe of my friends. I started looking for people who are doing IT and even who are doing way better than me. And I diversified my friendship. I didn't close my friendship to Acholi people, to Sudanese people, to African. No, I get diversity of friends so that I get perspective. Yeah, so I got like people who are like working with Amazon, like with Microsoft in my friend zone. And if you guys want some of like good enough that in the US here, there's a tools which can help you. Like there's an app called Meetup. It's not for dating, by the way. Meetup is to meet professional people. So like if you get to download that app, it gets to tell you what point of interest. And my point of interest was IT, number one, and two, politics. So yeah, I changed a wardrobe. I started having chat with them, and I discovered something called cloud computing. That was trending, like stuff doing in the cloud and all that. So yeah, I get to learn that skill of cloud. I went back to like self-teaching. I bought the course from online course, getting to understand what is the cloud. Is it the iCloud of my phone, or like is it something bigger than that? I get to discover the cloud is bigger than you can imagine. I learned the cloud in 4 months. Okay, it took me 7 good time to pass the exam, and every time I fail the exam, I pay $150. It pains me, but at the same time, I never get to give up. I say, no, Langa, like you are not belonging to this job, like of detailing a car, and after 20 years you reach to like $21 per hour. No, I want where these people are having corporate America job and they're relaxed, happy, going in the evening with their friends and cheering and all that. So I learned the skills and I failed the exam 7 times. And one thing that encouraged me, share your failure. I don't hide my failure. I get to tell one of my words. I always tell my friends, I say, I failed the exam successfully. They keep on laughing. They say, how did you fail successfully? I say, I did fail successfully. Why? Number one, yes, I failed. But 2, I'm still hopeful that I'm going to make it. That's why I call it, I failed successfully. The 7th time, I scored, because the scoring point was 65. I scored 98%. I say yes. From there, I say now there's another battle. It doesn't end there. The battle of getting job. The battle of getting job was one of it's still the hardest, and will remain the hardest in the US. Number one, I started like having my resume. In Africa, we call it CV. I started doing my CV. Writing my CV and all that, but all the time I don't get respond, but I only get that there is that thing, although you experience, but we regret. Yes, that regret. And I discovered through my search, I said, how come a HR has a time to go through my experience and get to write we regret? Guess what? I discovered there's a software that they use. The software scans your resume and see the keywords that they want. If the keywords is not there, you will get the regret. And as I'm talking to you, like I got like over 870 regrets. We regret. Then I knew how the software works. I started putting the keywords, because here, the computer system behave like people. If you are to see the white people here, or like people who are born in America, they are scripted. Someone knows certain words in English. Beyond that, they don't know. Someone knows only IT. Beyond that, they don't know. I discovered the mindset, understand the mindset of the people. People here are scripted. So I understood how the employer mindset works. I put the keywords that they need. Boom, guess what? I started getting like interviews. And if you get an interview for corporate America, the number one person who calls you, he's not person of your field. He's just a HR who have a checklist. Do you have a visa? Are you eligible to work in the US? Do you have a degree? That person, I just knocked it down because I get to tell them, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because if you panic from the first person want to read your behavior. Most of them could be on a phone call. Most of them could be like on a Zoom call. They want to see how professional you are. Like some words of yeah, don't say, oh, bro, oh, what's up? No, you can't say that. You can't say that because regardless, even if you are the most experienced person, that first person who doesn't know about your field will knock you out. I was knocked many times. I had to change my English, change my wording, the selection of words, and then like even be a robotic by thanking them at the end. I say, thank you for really calling me. Thank you for spending your time. And I get to even ask them back, three of questions that you guys can use it even when you're doing an interview. When you're interviewed, the three questions: what is the daily job of this person in the position do? Number two, how can I be successful in this role? Number three, what's the next step? Because the first person, HR, need to feel that you are engaging them. If you engage them like that, then come the next person. The next person is the hiring manager, a person who works with a team. That hiring manager, he's technical, he knows your field. So if you're applying in nursing, he knows detail of nursing. If you're applying in IT, he knows IT. But mostly he wants to see, how can I work with Lange smoothly? Is Lange easy to approach? Of course, he will see the technical part, but he will see, am I easy to talk to? Am I easy to handle pressure? So those things you need to clearly speak it, like speak loud. Because here in Sudan, we have that thing like when you're speaking to someone, all you need to speak low with a respect. No, here in the US, you speak loud for what you want. Yeah, you go and seek for it. I spoke loud to it. I spoke my technical skills into it. And even sometimes confidence, like the confidence. Your confidence even can prove to the employer that you're even overqualified. And guess what? After getting the certification, I was supposed to get the entry-level job for the IT. I didn't get, after the regret, after failing a lot of like HR, the first employer of mine, I remember it's called Star Tribune, is one of the newspaper here. A Star Tribune, I did the interview. After the confidence, the hiring, not a guy, don't call him guy, the hiring manager or person, because that is a slang, a guy is a slang. So I say that, like, he told me, Langa, to be honest, I feel confident about you. You're going to attend the rest just for formalities, but know that I have an offer ready for you. And guess what? He put me as a principal DevOps engineer. Not even someone who's just starting. I was leading almost over 15 people in a super young age. So I just say, oh my goodness, these white people, then if you understand them, you can play with their mind easily. So from there, I just say, okay, so I'm in a corporate America. And guess what? If the moment you get your foot in the door of job, right, getting the second job will be easy. Jumping from job will be easy. The hardest part, how you get yourself there. But the moment you get there, guess what? What do these people at work do? The corporate America, they don't work. I do work at corporate. Corporate America, we spend our time. Oh, we brought for you donuts. Happy birthday. There's a free lunch. We don't work. And who works? People who work at McDonald's, people who work for $21 an hour. These are the people who are working in the US. Our fathers were here, our mother, even including my mom. She said, Langa, you just came yesterday. and you are making more higher than what I've been here. My mom has been here for 19 years. I say, yes, mom, we are not the children of lesser God. We belong to where these people are eating. Yeah, and even not less. So from there, I started just understanding the mindset of like how things work. Corporate America is all about invitation. Oh, come out, let's go and talk. And everything gets to end up like that. And you get to make good money. And even it opens for you a door to connection, meeting CEOs of a company, even establishing your own. And which I established my own. I have a company called Century Analytica. Century Analytica does with like the stuff of IT here in the US. I have a partnership with like Amazon, partnership with Google, and my focus is back home in Africa. We are actually in the process of building an app. One of the challenges I find in our community, we send money in Sudan through the Habshil, or we send money to Uganda or Kenya through SendWave. Those are apps that some of you guys know. So I want to solve this issue by, if we're sending money to Sudan, we should have a name, an app that is Sudanese. And then I'm linking it for you guys for now. The name of the app is gonna be Giafa, so it means beautiful. So that app is gonna like handle any transaction. And another thing, because we have a problem, is when we send money back home, some people don't have access to like to go to the bank and all that, and get to send their cousins, their friends, and sometimes the money don't reach to them. I want to solve this solution by having, when I send money, even if you don't have access to the bank, you get a text from Langa from US send you money. So at least you know, even if I send whoever, I know money was sent to me in this amount. If you don't bring the money, then I will know. So I'm doing that one at the moment through actually a company of mine that's called Century Analytica. And then another thing that I'm doing through Century Analytica, I'm doing mentorship in IT. Mentorship in IT for whoever is interested in joining cloud computing. I teach a lot of students, people younger than me, people older than me. I have one of student who is like almost, he is 50 years. He's way older than me. I am in my early 30s, but he's way older than me. So like I have like around 15 students at the moment who are doing cloud computing. And I'm opening another course for AI, because things are jumping from cloud to AI. Artificial intelligence is controlling our daily aspect of life. So I'm going to launch that actually like course. And to be honest, everyone is open to talk to me. I'm easy to approach. I think I've met some of you. I'm easy to approach. Feel free if you really want to talk, if you think IT is your place, or not even IT, if you think like just want mentorship, like from someone who can behave like you, who is from your same group of culture, talk to me. And not like that, even last year I ran for office in the US. I ran for school board. I was running for school board because I found that a lot of like our younger folks here, they are not good in English, which English is their language. They're not good in mathematics, because like they are busy with those things. Like school get to give them something like a drag queen. They get to introduce to them like some sexual books in young age. And I ran for office. I'm against that. I say, no, you can't put those books in the hand of kids. Let them grow. Once they're 18, they're free to expose to like whatever they want. So I ran for a school board. I did not make it the last time. Remember I said what? Share your failure at the beginning. I did not make it. But guess what? I'm not stopping there. I'm running again next year, even for school board or even for mayor of our city. So yeah, so that's, to be honest, that's my journey. I think I shared enough, but like, thank you guys.
Wow. Wow. That's for me, I was taking note. And first of all, thank you for being this the first guest in this program. And I think you deliver just above and beyond. Amazing experience. I want to give the youth here because I understand we start a little bit late, but we are running out of time. But I want to give the youth here opportunity if they have any question to ask you. And so let me give them the floor to ask you any question. But I take note here, but it was a lot of information and I'm so grateful. Whew.
Thank
All
you.
right. Is anybody have question for Langa? Or should I call you Ngalofa?
Whatever makes sense.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So when you were talking about like changing your friend group and stuff like that, like how did you meet these other people? Like were you networking or like what were you doing?
Yeah. Okay, so like to change, the good thing that the US has, there's some app, and like in fact try to download it even now. It's called Meet App.
Can you spell that out?
Yeah, Meet, MEETUP. Yeah, so the Meetup app is for you to meet professionals. And even not like that, even within your community, society there, okay? Find friends who are higher than you in grades. For me, 90% of my friends who are people of the age of our fathers. People who are really in the field. Not because people of my age are lousy and naughty, no. Remember, I said, if you are the smartest person in your group, you better get out of there right now. So find through your community. Definitely, there are a lot of people there. Talk to them. Take them for coffee. Be professional. Say, can we have a coffee together? When is the best time to call you? Don't just grab your phone and call them randomly. Just behave professional. Like that, you will get along. And I am first in your contact. Feel free.
All right, any more questions? That was a good question, Lucky.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Welcome.
So you say you have courses or something like for learning how to do the cloud and then how to do AI?
Yes.
Like where do you have these courses?
Like where do I have the courses or where?
Like where do you where are you I don't know how to explain it.
Like where can they find you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so you can grab my contact there, but I can share with you one of the roadmap that I have with one of my students. It's not private, so it's just a public document. I can share it right now. Like, can I? No, not like Lillian. So can I grab the share?
Yeah, let me see if I can give you let me stop mine and see if I can give you an option to share. I think you have the option now to share.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. No, I'm good. Look, my mom is asking for food. She still loves me.
Why are you saying no for corn? Everybody want corn.
No, it's past 7. I don't eat past 7. Heavy food, yeah. So I hope you guys are seeing my screen over here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so this is actually a course for the cloud. So it's with one of the students. So in case one of you guys decide, Lang, I want you to mentor me or like to be with me in the journey of learning the cloud. This is the breakdown. So like I get to break down like where you get the course from. There's a link. Then the training duration. I get to talk to you first one-on-one to see your like the time that you're free. I mean free time, the time that you're not even Snapchatting. I have Snapchat, by the way. The time that you're not Snapchatting or on Instagram. So if I know the time, it depends on your time. So for this guy, he has 2 hours a day. So this guy, I'm projecting him to finish this course in like 3 weeks. No, 3 months, I mean. 3 months because he has like 2 hours a day. So like 2 hours a day, then we get to go from like week one. Actually, the style of mine, week one, I just let you listen, because the challenges that I faced was a lot of those stuff are American and I don't know about it. Remember coming from Africa and all that. And these courses, I made it out of my personal experience, and I don't want anybody to struggle like me. So in the week one, I take people through listening. Don't just listen to those words. Let your ear be familiar. Week two, I get to break down the chapters. And when I break down the actual chapters, I encourage my students to disturb me. Because if you're not disturbing me, then I feel that you're doing good. And then like I get to be very honest. If you're not disturbing me, I'm not gonna like ask you for money. I will stop the relationship. I need you to call me to say, Lang, I'm not getting this. How can we do this? I will take you through. And yeah, until last week. Then after that, I get to do training. This one I spoke about it. Then another thing, I get to pick a time. What time works for us to to sync? At the beginning, I will do sync daily until I assess you. The moment I feel that you are okay to drive on your own, I get to pick once a week. And then it's gonna be project based. Then after that, this is a Google document in which if you get to enroll with me, you will have share to this document. Whatever you write in this document, I will see it. So if you have a question, if you have something that you're stuck, you just write it there, and then it pops up right here. Then I get to know that my student so and so need my attention. So yeah, so it just goes from there. So, and then come to the pricing, the part of money. Everybody loves money. I love money because we all need to pay bills. So I get to charge for the training, $3K. If you're doing if you're doing the training. And also I don't get to train you and let you go in the wild. I train you after you are done with training. I get to help you in that process of getting a job. What questions employers ask, who you get to face first. Some of them I told you guys, but I get to take you in more details. So I'll charge you 5K, and then from there, to be honest, so far from the students that I taught, I believe 7 of them out of 12 got job right away. I believe they're making $130,000 a year. So they're in a space of IT, and they're very happy working from home and all those stuff of IT. Yeah, so that is it.
So, since you love your community so much, if there's any discount if anybody in our community want to join your course?
Of course, there's one thing here is the will. Okay, as I am again a politician, the other part of me, giving back to the community is one thing that I do, but I need to see the will. If there is a will, this is now a conversation. But when there is a will, then of course someone is going to reach out to you. Then we will talk to work around your own budget.
Beautiful. Any more questions?
Feel free.
Feel free to ask this gentleman here. I think I'm going to ask.
But if your wardrobe of friendship is only just around Acholi, around Sudanese, to be honest, you will just be like your father. You might be born here, but you will be just like him, or even worse than him. Yeah. And then another thing, such setup that you have, this actually setup of bringing the youth. These are the important setup. Lillian has a bunch of people that she is going to bring. You guys get to these people. Ask to get in touch. Don't only see Langa today and you're done. Feel free to call me. Feel free to ask, because it's not only IT that I found my success. US, the way it is divided. right? Anything, institutions, is through research. I did a lot of research. I spoke to a lot of people. I know how to get, like how to apply in the university in the US without having a GRE and get applied for PhD and masters. I know this, but a lot of people don't know, even those who are born here. Keep on asking, researching. I did those, like, that's why I know it. And I encourage you guys to do it. And from now, feel free to give them my number. They are free to talk to me. And even if I don't have the information, I will send you to someone who has, or even train you how to research, how to search for whatever you want. I will train you that one for free. Of course, I'm not going to charge you. I'm just going to train you that, and you, boom, good to go.
Oh, do not settle for less. You are the same as anybody else. If they can make $1 million, we too have the potential to make $1 million. We too have the potential to be millionaire in this country. Do not settle yourself for less. This is what I have learned. And be consistent. And sometime in your dream, you might go through a rough road. Whether it will push you to the point where you have to wash the dishes in a sink or clean somebody's toilet, that will not stop you from becoming the person that you want to become. It's just the road that is taking you through there. So don't be lazy, and don't take any job that you do lightly. Whether you're cleaning a toilet or you're cooking for somebody, anything that you do 120%. Do it to the point where when you walk out of that place, they will miss you. They will say, wow, she was a good worker. Because what that do to you is it's setting the vibration in your way of saying you deserve to be in the next level. You deserve to get a better thing in life. So do not settle yourself for less. I am so grateful to have you, to call you as my friends. And I'm grateful for me, every time when I see our people rising up and going above and beyond what they're doing, that brings me joy. That's where my joy comes from. When our people suffer and they don't know what to do, and sometimes I know that they have the potential to be great, but they're not utilized. That makes me sad. Together we can change the world. Together we will make the world a better place. We should not be silent. We should continue helping one another, pushing one another to greater we can be, because we serve a greater God. That is when He looked down and we set our goal for less. He is sinful. He wants us to be successful, and our success is good for God because we are lifting His name higher and say, if my God can do it for me, He can do it for you as well. So we did not have time today to go through Proverbs 5 through 8, but we gain valuable lesson. The book of Proverbs is all about knowledge. So our reading today was, I believe in chapter 7, is six things that God hates. And all those things is how can we be more a productive citizen in this world. So someday when you leave this world, people will not remember you by the tomb on your grave. So when you leave this world, will somebody have to go to cemetery to put some flower and said, wow, she was a good person, he was a good person? I definitely don't want to do that. I want to make sure to be, when you Google my name, everything will be right there, and you will be learned so much from what I have left behind. And one day when I'm laying on my deathbed, I want to say, I have done my course. I have run a good race. And that should go for all of us here. So Thank you so much for joining today. Ngalafa, thank you for your time. And I hope the youth that are here, they will use this opportunity to ask you questions and not just setting our mind into the field of healthcare, but branch out ourselves so we can do something better and greater in our community. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And God bless you all.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will continue talking, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Bye.